and welcome to the Nøgne Imperial Ale final tasting. Imperial Brown Ale final tasting. Here we've got 5 different beers each that we're going to go ahead and talk about. First one we have in a Stone Berlin brewing glass. Guys, are you going to be able to get your hands on that? Get your ass to Berlin. This is the original Nøgne. This, we've got 2 that are out of kegs. We've got one that's brewed with WLP007 and one with fermented with Nottingham yeast. The other ones are from the bottles. Then we have 007 bottled and 007 Nottingham yeast. So what we're going to do is go through each one of these, taste them, and sort of give you the tasting notes on them and talk about how they are the same or different or unique or just how they taste in general, I guess.
How we like them.
Should we start left to right?
Yeah, why not? Why not start with the original?
Right to left for you, I guess?
Yeah.
The original.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
It's a hell of a collaboration.
Get that chocolate right away.
Yeah, heck of an aroma.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of like, when you say chocolate, it's like dark chocolate, dark dry chocolate.
Darkish, not the darkest one, I think.
Not sweet.
Not very sweet. More like maybe cocoa powder, like the cocoa powder you get in Norway.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit.
Just get into it.
Yeah, just into it.
A little bit of there's some dark fruits there too. But it's got this. It's big on the aroma.
It is.
It's pretty nice. Should we dive in?
Let's do that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
It's very nice, eh? Brown ale. In terms of color, it's a kind of a well, it's a dark brown, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's actually quite hazy.
This one is, yeah. They're bottle conditioned. This one is bottle conditioned, and that was the whole point of doing our own bottle conditioning. Yeah. That's the reason why we have bottles, is because the original is bottle conditioned. Yeah.
I got that. Actually, I got those fruits you were talking about more in the initial taste than I got in the aroma. I got predominantly that cocoa powder
in the aroma.
Yeah. But the first taste just hit me with those dark fruits.
It's like dates, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a sweet date, but it's actually not that sweet. It's not dry either.
No.
It's a medium sweetness, if you can call it that.
It is 7.5%. So
7.5%.
It's quite a big brown ale, but yeah, it's not. It's actually surprisingly drinkable for a high ABV brown ale.
I don't get any alcohol notes on it.
No.
Very well masked.
Do you get some minerals?
No, I don't get minerality at all.
Maybe it's from the stone glass.
Yeah, minerals left over from stone.
Yeah, that's evening dry joke. Yeah, but anyway, and this is the reason why I proposed doing this when you suggested doing a collaboration beer, because this is by far has been for a number of years my favourite brown ale, and they just nailed it.
Yeah, I had it maybe 5 years ago at a Thanksgiving dinner with the turkey, and it was right in there.
Yeah,
it would fit perfect. It was very nice. Should we go to the next one?
Let's do that.
Okay, or bottles. Let's go to the bottles. So we've got 007 and Nottingham. 007 Nottingham, yeah?
Yep.
Let's go 007.
Bottle.
Now this one's been in the bottle for about a week and a half. So it didn't have, it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks on the money. It didn't have a lot of chance to carbonate, but there is some head there if I shake it up. I do see carbonation coming up the sides.
I'm doing a poor job shaking. Quite different aroma.
Quite different. It's more of a generic dark fruit and lighter.
Yeah. I don't get too much of that. Get fruit in it. Yeah, I get the fruitiness, but I'm thinking dark fruits when I.
Peachy, almost.
Yeah.
Peachy.
Maybe peachy. Some grapes, maybe.
Yeah. But sweetness. There's a bit of sweetness there.
It's a really pleasant smell.
We got a lot of beers to go through.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cheers. Cheers.
Definitely undercarbonated.
Undercarbonated, but if you look past that,
yeah, follows the aroma. I think more or less the same as the aroma, the fruitiness. It lingers. It goes a very very smooth mouthfeel because of the some residual sweetness.
It's a medium body. But yeah, it's a little bit.
It's very slick on the tongue.
It's slick, but it's malty and fruity. And that's it. There's no there's nothing really definitive about it.
No. It's a lingering bitterness that grows after a couple of sips. Can I get?
There is a good amount of bitterness in it. Definitely for a brown ale, it's got. You know, I can imagine anybody from Britain would say, "Wow, that's really bitter beer," compared to like what they're normally used to in terms of bitterness, like an ESB, or for a normal brown ale, whether it's a northern brown or a southern brown. That's got an amount of bitterness to it, a nice good bite to it that I like.
Yeah, and this
but
was
but it's not IPA-ish, right?
No, not by far. And this stopped at, was it 1021?
Yeah, this one the 007 stopped at 1021, and then okay, so in the bottle we carved it up with 1 Cooper's carb drop.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next bottle, the Nottingham.
Nottingham, yeah.
These have been sitting here for like 5 minutes or so. It's got the head comes right back up, so this will have good carbonation in it. Color, in terms of the color compared to the original, it's a little bit darker.
Yeah. It's quite a bit darker actually.
Yeah.
The head has more or less the same color, I think.
Yeah.
Off-white.
Yeah, just on the edge of khaki.
Yeah, and obviously a lot clearer. The bottle condition.
Yeah, this is clear. Yeah. Because theirs is bottle condition, and we did get some of the dregs up in there, I think. Let's go ahead, get the aroma.
Let's do that. It's a lot cleaner.
I get a little bit of alcohol on this one.
I don't, but I get something. I'm not sure what that is.
Something else?
Is it a bit more spicy?
Yeah, because it's not fruity.
No.
This one is not fruity.
Definitely not. Smoky? No. No. It's
earthy.
Yeah, earthy.
That's okay. So that's clearly different.
Clearly different, yeah.
Dive in.
A lot cleaner aroma.
Yes.
Simpler.
Cheers.
Cheers. This was the keg.
No, that's a bottle.
It's a bottle.
So that's bottle conditioned. Yeah.
Ah, I picked up the keg. Jesus! Took me 1 beer. Oh my god.
Oh, well, yeah.
No, that was Nottingham bottle.
Yeah, that was Nottingham bottle.
Yeah. Right.
Sorry. That would be the difference.
Yeah, that would be the difference, yeah.
What
you get the earthy notes you were talking about, yeah. There's something else, but it is
do you get any
definite difference.
Do you get the alcohol off that? Just a hint? No?
No, not that much, but I tend not to get the alcohol as often, as easily as many others, I think.
Okay.
It's my nose that I'm trained enough, I think. Yeah, different mouthfeel from that one.
That one I do get more of sort of the grapey, peachy, raisin.
Yeah.
And it's very, very light. And it is It's definitely drier than the 007. Of course, it did finish 5 points lower. 21 versus 17.
Yeah, and that is noticeable. So this is also feels a bit more bitter.
Yeah, I can't count 4 or 5. Yeah, 4 points difference, but it's yeah, that's what
still
it is.
fruity. But when I go back to the W7 bottle, you realize how much more fruity that is.
It is more fruity with a little bit more sweetness, and maybe it's that sweetness that leads to the fruitiness to it.
Yeah, and that sweetness also gives that bit of an oily slickness, I think, to it.
Yeah, it's definitely, and the sugar, the residual sugar is going to contribute a lot towards that additional mouthfeel. So,
I don't think I would be able to sink many glasses of that one.
No, so that's kind of like a sipper, right? You'd like that a little bit more as a sipper.
Yeah, mouthfeel more like actually a barley wine. Low ABV barley wine, maybe. Yeah, not sure.
Barley wine's very sweet, very sweet.
I'm thinking mouthfeel, not sweetness.
Yeah, it's up there. It's almost up there. If you were like to gauge it on a scale from like 1 to 10, and 10 being a barley wine, I'd put it there around 6.5 or 7. Yeah. All right, where are we going?
Right.
007 keg.
Why not?
All right, that's this one.
We're going to be 2 happy campers after this one.
I'm already half pissed. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Mine settled down and I don't have enough room to rack it up. I'm just gonna dive in.
Have to dive in.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers! Definitely different than the bottle. It's got more carbonation, obviously. But I think it's got more aroma.
Yeah, it got more aroma. Yeah.
The keg versus the bottle.
But still, no.
But oh, it sounds good.
No, yeah,
it's a different one.
Yeah, it smells a bit cleaner actually.
The bottle's got that. I don't know if it's because of that Cooper's cap. You know, that extra sugar gives it a little bit more sweetness.
Yeah, sweetness.
Not a stretch.
But it suits the carbonation. It's very nice when it's more carbonated than the bottle. So it would be interesting to see how that develops.
Yeah, from the keg.
With time.
I think you'll have a chance. Depends.
I'm not sure beers tend not to live that long at my house. So.
No?
Yeah.
Christmas is over. No more gift giving. In terms of the color, of course, it's the same beer. It colors straight on. But the color compared to the Nottingham, that's what I get. It's not it's almost no difference.
It's Nottingham keg?
Yeah. Yeah, keg versus keg. 07.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yep, that's backwards. Too small, too big. I'm good. Yeah, we're doing 007 keg. You got the bottle. Yeah, okay. You guys need to keep track. Keep track.
Yeah, keep track.
Yeah, no, you're...
We're just posting this raw footage. Yeah. That, yeah, as you say in the color, but I was actually intellectually, I know that there's that carbonation makes lots of difference on both the mouthfeel and aroma and taste, but it's really interesting to taste it side by side on the definite same beer.
Now, you said in the bottle conditioned version, that's a beer that you would not like drink a lot of in one night. So that would be like a sipper. How do you feel about the keg version?
Bit more, might have a bit more of this, but the fruitiness is really pronounced. So it might build up and creep up on me after a while, but
kind of like they are on me right now.
Yeah. They are. All right.
Happy times here at Northern Rock Brewing. Happy times.
Happy times.
Should we go on to the Nottingham kegged? This guy's just screaming for attention.
It is.
It's good.
So.
Knocking that nice, and carbonation is definitely there. It's looking really good. Nice light khaki head. Same mahogany, oaky sort of tones to it.
Mm. It's got a bit of different aroma to it.
Yeah, so this one I get like the light chocolate notes that you were talking about, but very subtle.
Mm.
And it's probably, I think, almost one of the lighter aromas so far.
Mm. But it's more spicy than the others. I think this is the W7K keg.
Mm.
This smells cleaner and simpler with just the light fruitiness. This is a bit more spicy, maybe some smoky. Not smoky, but there's a smell I just can't put my finger on. Some car
I put
exhaust.
my nose in it. Yeah.
Yeah, sniff it.
I'm trying to get that smokiness to it. Just,
No, it's not smokiness, but it's not wood smoke, but it's. I think I'm mistaking it for some earthiness.
Right.
Because I haven't quite, to be honest, I haven't quite nailed what earthiness actually smells like. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. So
we're all learning.
Mm.
Life is a constant thread of learning, but woody, misty, musty.
Mm.
I
But
don't get musty.
but very subtle.
I don't get earthy in it. But
No. Yeah, musty. Maybe musty is
It's
is the word I'm looking for.
you know that not the mustiness, but it's sort of like that coffee. It's like the very sort of like coffee dust.
Yeah.
And when you talk about like the mustiness, like a musty coffee, like a musty with the chocolate. It's going all over my lips. I'm gonna dive in. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
If you're with us still, thanks for putting up with us.
We're still not at the level of the Idle Valley Brewing tastings. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, Harry. Right.
I think I do get that marmalade-y aspect to it. Just a hint of it now.
Yeah.
Less than I did earlier, but
Yeah, and I get that, and I don't think I got that from the others.
no, I think because we're a bit like saturated at this point.
Mm.
Marmalade-y, but sort of a dry marmalade.
Mm-hmm. It feels more bitter than the others.
I think less bitter than the original. Going back to the original.
And we have to take into account that we've been sipping on all these beers, so the bitterness, collective bitterness, is building up.
Yeah, I
So
go
it
back
has
to
to
the
be
original, and now that tastes more like a Belgian double to me.
Yeah, it smells. It
Compared-
smells like a Belgian double or a quad even.
Right?
My God.
Compared to the rest of them.
When I first smelled this, it smelled chocolatey. And now,
Fruity.
yeah, it's not fruit. Now the fruitiness is just overpowering.
Mm.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Surprises around every corner. Come back to this.
Yeah, and in the taste as well. Completely right.
To me, this tastes like a sort of a slightly darker version. I wouldn't even say darker. You know, to me, it tastes very similar. It's gonna be like Arrogant Bastard Ale. But I know it's not, because it's Styrian, two types of Styrians, and Chinook.
But the both.
No, not Chinook. I mean Columbus, not Chinook.
Columbus is the bitter herbs, isn't it?
We put that in the very end. We steeped it. We whirlpooled it in Columbus for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, because we used in the aroma and flavor. I think we used Bowback and was it Aurora? No.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And I never had the bourbon before.
No, it's the first time I tried both.
So, I'm not sure how much those hops contribute to the flavor in all this, because...
Okay, so you taste the... Go ahead and taste that Nottingham keg.
Yeah.
Alright. And then follow it up with the original. Boom. And then wait a minute. Then the question comes. Do you think that's finished at 10:17?
No.
No, that did.
No, that tastes like more like 10:20, 10:19.
And they gave us a recipe that said that finished at 10:17.
Mm. Are you sure, Nøgne? I think we'll have to send them a couple of bottles.
There are so many other different variables
Yeah.
at play there that it
scale.
maybe could be. Maybe it could have ended up there.
There's a scale, and is a difference between batches, because Nøgne is... I'm not sure if all the Norwegians that are watching this will know what Nøgne is, and obviously a lot of the international viewers, but have heard of the brewery. But the thing is, with Nøgne, it's a special brewery in Norway, because that is more or less the... If you disregard Oslo Mikrobryggeri here in Oslo, that actually started as a brew pub in the 80s. Mm. It was more or less the brewery here in Norway that kick-started the craft beer interests.
I would say that Nøgne is the Sierra Nevada of Norway.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I think that is a very, very good
analogy.
Yeah. So I think that's important to get out there. That's because so it's an iconic brewery in Norway.
There's so many other variables involved as well. For example, there are the terroir. I don't necessarily know that the grains that I used are from the same suppliers that they got them from. And even if I was so lucky in order to get them from the same suppliers, it's not necessarily even from the same season.
Because they obviously buy large bulks.
And even if it was from the same year and the same supplier, it could have been from a different field and a different crop. So those little nuances are going to be different. Our water, I know that my water was probably completely different than the Grimstad water. So
yeah, to some degree, and you have the effect of scale.
Oh yeah. Their yeast are definitely going to behave under pressure difference when you've got that, and it's in a 30 barrel system or a 100 barrel system, whatever it is they're working on, versus our little 5 gallon.
And that must be
buckets.
true. And that must be true for the mash as well.
Yeah.
Efficiency mash, how they treat it, how long time it would take for them to sparge the batch. So there's going to be a grain to water contact that's longer than we were able in this system. Yeah. And probably if I did scale this down to my 10-liter spidal system, it would probably be even more different. So
with that said, I think we're pretty much done. We went through them all and talked a little bit about how they're similar but different. But definitely comparing, I think the Nottingham keg is the lightest and cleanest of them all. In terms of mouthfeel and body, it did finish out at 10:17 versus the original. The original to me still has a huge aroma. I got like a big old double. I got like a big old.
And I get that chocolate again. It comes and goes. I think it depends on where I've had it. Probably one of the most, the cleanest, but still more complex, because this has got a rather complex aroma. There's a lot of things going on. This one, which is the bottled 007, that's not finished carbonating. It's got more of a one-dimensional sweet fruitiness. It doesn't taste finished.
Definitely not as complex as the original.
No.
But I think it is more complex than the bottled Nottingham. bottle of Nottingham right here.
It's alright. Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
But I'm still very happy with that beer. In terms of a brown ale, totally floored with it.
Yeah.
I could drink that all day.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't because it's 7.3%.
You could.
No, I couldn't. But in terms of flavor, yeah. I think I can just keep going back to it and not get bored with it.
It's interesting, but it's not overpowering. It's obviously high ABV, so you can't be knocking too many back. But in my experience, this stronger beers are more interesting to drink anyway because they are more flavor and more of everything. I think my favorite is the kegged Nottingham actually.
I only bottled 2 bottles.
Yep.
From each batch, and I'm kind of happy for that. I don't like the bottled version as much as I like the keg version.
No, I don't. I agree. Even the Nottingham that is fully carbonated, or more or less fully carbonated, is always sucked at this.
And I'm kind of curious. Maybe that's where they get that sort of Belgian flavor, extra flavor from. Is from the
yeast being active for a longer
in
time.
The bottle.
Yeah.
So they did a bottle conditioning on that, right? So they added in more sugar. So there is a more concentration of sugar here in the bottle.
The interesting thing is because we know that a lot of brewery use a generic yeast for bottle conditioning. Did Nøgne use the 007 for the conditioning as well?
I would think that they would.
Yeah.
It's similar to a home brewer where there's still a lot of yeast floating around inside solution when they go from they don't I don't know if they go from a fermenter to a bright tank and then crash it before they go into the bottle.
I have no idea. I didn't ask.
Maybe
then again, I've been at a couple of festivals and they have said that they mainly use 007 to the regular ales.
So that's another variable. How do they do the packaging? Is it different than do they go fermenter straight to bottles? Or do they go through a bright tank, crash it, and then bottles?
And how old is the yeast? How many batches?
Do they add sugar in when they add in the yeast? Or not yeast, but just when they do bottle conditioning?
It's a good question.
So many different things that could be off. So you like the Nottingham kegged version best?
I think I did. I just have to...
I think I have to agree with you. Hints of... It's like... Hints.
Yeah.
It's a sliver of coffee. It's a sliver of chocolate. And nice malty backbone to it with that nice bitter bite.
Yeah. Even the kegged version of the 007 comes across as more fruity, obviously, and a bit more one-dimensional. This is a bit more complex, and still, I know you hate this word, but it's balanced. You said it.
It is. I think it's
but,
right. I would be interested to see what the 007 would be like if you over-pitched a little bit.
Yeah.
And if it did come down and attenuate to the 1017.
Yeah. Because we should I think that might be interesting to reveal that or add to the story that the 007 is liquid yeast which I propagated at home, and I didn't get my stir plate, but I did that manually for a couple of days. Just every time I passed the automatic flask, I just swirled it, and I made a 1 liter starter. Whereas you felt that I should have made a 2 liter
closer
starter.
to for a 7.3 beer, but
so,
I have to look at our calculator.
Yeah. So that might be a factor as well. Yeah. So we just need to have that out there. But anyway, it's been a very, very fun experiment, an awesome collaboration.
Yeah.
And
thank you so much for joining me for this beer. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
If you've been with us for this long, God bless you.
Yeah, the stamina of those viewers. And thank you, Edgar at Nøgne, for sending me the recipe. That's awesome of you to reveal just the complete recipe. That's what craft beer is all about.
True.
True.
Cheers.
Cheers.